Today's episode is going to be talking about SEO and getting your leads from Google and the value of that. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Today's episode is sponsored by Jane, a clinic management software and EMR that helps you handle your clinic's admin tasks so that you can free up your evenings and weekends. The Jane team understands how precious your time is and recognizes that charting can often be the most time-consuming, absolutely, admin task for practitioners. 1000%. That's why they're here to help. To start your chart notes from scratch, you can check out Jane's template library, which is amazing. It gives you access to templates that have been generously created and shared by health and wellness practitioners in the community. Once you have a template that you like, you can choose to customize it further with charting tools such as range scales, text fields, checkboxes, and more. To see how Jane can help you spend more time doing what you love, just make sure you click the link in my bio to book a personalized demo. I say bio and you know I mean show notes. Or if you're ready to get started, you can use my code LEX1MO at the time of sign up for a 1-month grace period applied to your new Jane account. Again, I'm going to put the link in the show notes, as well as you can use my code LEX1MO at checkout to get a 1-month grace period for your new Jane account. Hello and welcome to another episode of Up in My Business. I am super pumped as always to be recording this, but it's currently almost 8 o'clock at night. I was in the middle of recording and we had the power go out and then it went out again. So the power is back on. It's been back on for like an hour now and I'm sitting in my really dark office now that it's 8 o'clock at night recording this for you because, I would never not release an episode on a Monday. So here we are. Today's episode is going to talk about SEO and getting found on Google and the value of getting found on Google and actually having those leads coming from Google. We'll get there in a second, but I want to give you the business and life updates. I already recorded this, so I'm like, I already know what I was going to say. And now I have, some idea of what I had already said. So personal stuff, the cool thing is that you're now catching me status post taking medication about 4 hours ago because I had a little bit of like an allergy sinus, I don't really know thing where my ear and I was just stuffy and I came on to talk on the podcast and I was like, I'm a little loopy right now. My head hurts. So that's good. We don't have to listen to that version of Alexis. The other thing is personal stuff, back to volleyball, feeling good. We took a little break because Shantae her knee wasn't feeling 100%. And we've been going, 3 times a week, every week since probably last October. And I feel like we could have used a break anyway. So took a break from volleyball for a couple weeks, went back today and class was really great. It's always nice to get back to class. And obviously we've been playing like every once in a while, but it's just been a little bit inconsistent recently. So hopefully we're back to being more consistent. Other than that, no huge personal things. Obviously, I always talk about Moose and Rupert. Moose had an eye infection. I'm literally laughing at myself because we just can't catch a break. Again, just super thankful for pet insurance because I've met my deductible. So I'm like, you know what, Moose, this probably would have resolved by itself, but going to take you because why not? Just another drop in the bucket when it comes to pet insurance. And since I met the deductible, it's going to pay for it. So not that I wouldn't take her otherwise, but I'm just like, she has not been able to catch a break. And I feel I don't feel terrible about it, but I'm like, we do all the things and this is still happening. So hopefully we figured out a plan for when we go to the beach so that we can wash our eyes out with saline. That's what the vet recommended. So we're going to try that. Other than that, nothing really big as far as personal stuff goes. Business updates. The biggest one is that a week from today, if you listen to this on the 23rd, SEO School will open for enrollment to the public. I'm going to put a link to join my newsletter in my show notes because you cannot join the waitlist anymore. The waitlist closed on Friday. If you're on the waitlist, you should have received an email today at 6 a.m. PST with the option to enroll. And if you register today, you will be able to get access to the early action bonuses, which are mind-blowingly amazing. I think they're so good this round, and I think you'd be crazy to not grab them while they're open. I am obviously very biased, but the 2 live call options that are bonuses are just incredible. So if you are on the wait list, or if you've been getting my wait list homework emails, make sure you enroll tomorrow and grab those bonuses. They are really good. If you're not getting those emails and you're on the wait list, just let me know. Everything should have been coming to you within the last couple of weeks though, so you should be all set. The other big business thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is Boss Up. So Jill Fit and Shantae are hosting an in-person event on October 9th and 10th, I believe is the weekend. I'm trying to look at my calendar and I'm in the dark. So it is I believe it's the 9th and 10th of October. If you're going, I will see you there. I also bought a ticket so that I could be among all of the people that have already told me that they're going to be there, and I'm really excited. I'll put a link to grab your ticket in the show notes because there are still tickets available, and if you want to go, then I highly recommend you go there. It will be the best in-person event that you can find when you're looking to learn more about online business and building a personal brand. So please, please, please go if you're interested. And if you're going, I will see you there. Last but not least, I struggle with saying this. I feel like I say it every episode, but I am booking into November and December, and I have very limited availability for 2025 as of now. I'm sorry, 2024. The end of the year is approaching, and I am going to actually do myself a favor and not work the last probably 2 weeks of December because Christmas is on, well, it's really the first week of January, but Christmas is on a Wednesday, which always makes things a little bit tough because travel, and we're going to my family's house before Christmas this year instead of being there on Christmas. And then we're going to come back before Christmas to California. So travel is going to be a little wild. So limited availability is basically what I have to say. After SEO school, I am also going to let you in on something that I've been developing on the back end of my business as far as an offer that people have asked me for, but I haven't publicly talked about it yet just because I obviously want SEO school to be finished before that's announced. All right. So that's really all the personal and business updates. I'm literally checking things off my list as always, but I'm like, I know that I talked about something else when I recorded this the first time before the power went out, and we're just gonna roll with it. All right. So today's episode, we are talking about SEO, and obviously, like, why would I not? But we're talking about SEO because a client of mine and I were going back and forth on Voxer, the voice chatting app. And she let me know that she was getting inquiries via Google, and I don't want to say she was worried because she wasn't really worried. She was kind of nervous, I guess, or just didn't, it wasn't necessarily on her brain to be like, this is a really good thing. And I had to, let her know this is the goal. So she had let me know that she was getting a large part of her business inquiries from Google. So we know that word of mouth marketing is really big for in-person business or any business at all, but she was also getting a lot of her inquiries from Google, and that's because of SEO or maximizing her SEO. So when we think about that, this is the ideal situation, right? So when we think about SEO is one form of marketing, and then your Instagram account would be another form of marketing. Word of mouth would be another form of marketing, and then Google Ads would be another form of marketing. So when you have leads coming in from word of mouth, which is still the gold standard, will always be the gold standard, those are your word of mouth leads, period. When you have leads coming in from Google on a consistent basis, you've essentially hit the jackpot. What I mean by that is you are having people reach out to you to work with you without you, quote unquote, doing anything, and it's all for free. So what I mean by that is you're not doing a workshop. You're not contacting people with a cold reach. You're not communicating with doctors. You're not asking for Google reviews. You're not doing any of that stuff actively, and people are finding your website and booking with you or wanting to book with you. Plus, when you tack that onto the word of mouth marketing you're already getting or benefiting off of, obviously now we're capitalizing on two marketing streams at the same time. One of them, word of mouth, we really don't have to do too much other than just be good at what we do, and people will talk about it and share with others. And then when you get found on Google, realistically, all you need to do again is show, show that you are an expert in your field and that you can help the person who is reaching out about the specific issue that they're having with a service that you offer. So at the end of the day, it shows expertise in your field and basically being good at what you do. But you're not having to actively do anything once you do the back end work. So I say this because the first example of the person that I was voxing with or talking with, I had to let her know, like, this is good. You're paying $0 for all of these leads, and you're coming up number 1 through 3 for so many search terms for your specific service. That's the goal, right? So the goal would be that we're able to come up when someone searches for our service or the service that we provide or the diagnosis that we treat, and then they choose us to book with, or we're among the top choices to book with. So she's getting found on the map pack. If someone were to open up a specific keyword search, she's coming up either 1, 2, or 3 for most of the words that she would want to come up for, most of her services, that is. This is ideal, right? Because she did the back end work. She's continuing to do the work, so it's only going to get better, which means that she's getting these leads for free because she's not paying Google. The red flag here would be if she was paying for Google ads at $1,000 a month, and then she's getting 1 or 2 leads or 3 to 4 leads. Because the thing is when you're paying for leads, right? If you remove that money, the payment that you're making to Google for Google ads, when you remove that, your leads stop coming in. With SEO, you're not paying Google any money and you're getting leads. So these are free leads and leads that you pay nothing for. Now, I understand, like, when I say pay nothing, you're not paying any out dollars, right? You're not actively paying Google. These are organic leads. So if you took away the money, which is nothing, they're still going to come in. So this is the golden scenario. Now, that's a brick and mortar example, and I recognize that people who listen to this podcast also own online businesses. I have an online business owner example as well, who I think off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure she has written about 10 blogs in the last year. So it's not like she's a blogging machine, but she has gone in with a really, really good strategy, and we work together to determine, okay, what exactly are you going to talk about on your content or inside your content in order for Google to trust you with this specific topic. And then when someone searches that specific topic, you come up. And she succeeded. So I will say it was about 3 weeks ago. I check on people's stats when I'm lying in bed in the morning. I just go into Google Search Console and see how many people are doing. And I took the initiative that day to be like, okay, I'm going to jump on here before I get my day started. I jumped on and I did a bunch of different measurements, and I was just looking to see where she was ranking. And she was ranking above WebMD, Kaiser, the big people. Like, this is a big deal. She was ranking number 1 over these other people for a specific keyword regarding menopause. Not many people can say that, because when we talk about SEO, the age of the website, aka how long it's been in existence, the trust, the number of backlinks, if you will, how many other people trust it. Oh, that was like right in the mic. I'm so sorry. How many other people trust that business, right? All of that matters. So for her to rank higher than those businesses was a huge, huge deal. And when we look at, are people reaching out to her to book, what we're trying to do with hers is get people on her email list. So there are different types of goals when it comes to SEO. And I don't want you to think that because she has all of this traffic and she's ranking number one, that she's raking in the dough, right? Ideally, we have a call to action that makes sense, which we do talk about that in SEO school and like how to do that. But one of the biggest things that people don't, take advantage of is the fact that you can grow your email list. So when you're an online business, you can take the initiative to grow your email list with your blog. And when you're blogging about the things that Google actually cares about and your ideal client cares about, you then get in front of them when they ask a question about the thing that you do, the way that you help them, what have you. That's the goal. So for her, she has the opportunity to be in front of all of these people and have them join her newsletter list, and then therefore warm them up, because of course they're a cold lead if they find you on Google. So we want to get them on our newsletter list, warm them up with our typical newsletter, and then eventually we can then hopefully have them buy from us or have them refer their friend to us. So it's not always just about like, what's the ROI? How much money are they making? Because remember, you're also putting in $0. So it's a lot less pressure, right? When you think about getting those leads through Google Ads, if you're spending $3,000 on Google Ads, which you could end up spending, right? So if you have a really, really small niche of people that you want to talk to, depending on how small that niche is, your cost per lead goes up, right? So if you're putting in $3,000 a month, $2,000, $1,000, I don't care how much it is in Google Ads, ideally you're making more than you're spending. So there's a lot of pressure there. So getting leads to like build your email list sounds kind of crazy, right? And I don't think that anyone would be like, okay, it's okay to do that. And there are ways in which you can and should do that, but it's not always easy when you're first starting out, because you don't want to just essentially give away money to Google in hopes that someone's going to find your content and subscribe. So for me, I'm like, let's get an organic strategy, proof of concept first. And then if you want to throw money behind it, great. But without that organic strategy first, that can be really tough. So for those two examples, they're not paying for these leads. They're getting patients in the door. They're getting calls from people who find them on Google. And then they're also getting my second example is getting more email opt-ins or more email subscribers because of the content that she's coming up for. All of that being said, and like if we boil it down, like what is the value of SEO? I'm not here, like I always tell people, I'm not here to tell you that it's fast, it's easy, it's a quick fix, it's a silver bullet. Like I'm not here to tell you that. What you need to know is that there was work that went into these people succeeding in doing this, and they had a very, very specific plan. I have plenty of people who come to me for a coaching call and they have not been utilizing any sort of strategy plan, and they've blogged. I'm just thinking about a couple people now, 100 blogs. They have more than 100 blogs on their website, but they're still not being found on Google. So it's not just about the content that you're creating and putting out there and how much you're doing and if you're doing it or not. It's more or less about, are you doing it right? And I feel like it's always tough to be like, this is right and this is wrong. In this world, there is a way to do it. And there's a way to do it a little less wrong and still have success. And then there's also what I like to call like the random people that have success without any strategy. But for me, I'm like, if I can get leads for $0, there's no chance that I'm just going to take a chance on, randomly getting picked. Like I'm not playing slots. Like I can actually control things and I can make it so that I get seen on Google if I follow specific steps. And yes, shameless pitch, that's exactly what we go in for SEO School. We learn all of those things, or you will learn all of those things in SEO School. A lot more than that too. Like I think it's really tough to talk to people like this is what we go over in SEO School, but also on the Q&A calls, we go way deeper than that. So it's just like you cover everything from what to publish, what to talk about, how to do it, how to format it. And then on our calls, we also go into, okay, well, what does this even look like? How do we play this out on our website so that it actually looks good, feels good? Someone can quote unquote buy in based on that content and finding that content. And what does that ROI look like for you, which is different than, another person's ROI, because a brick and mortar business, maybe their goal is to book a discovery call, where an online business is to grow your email list. And all of that stuff is talked about in SEO School. All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm also hot because I didn't turn on the fan and it's now 8:00. It's dark. I'm going to wrap it up. Let me know if you have any questions about SEO School. You can feel free to shoot me an email, text me. I'll put my number in the show notes. And then you can also join my list. So join my email list if you want to be notified when SEO School goes on, is open to the public for enrollment, because that will be next Monday on the 30th of September. All right, friends, thank you so much for listening. I will catch you next time.